In Class XII Chemistry, chirality is very important in drug preparation. Many drugs exist in two optical isomers. One isomer can act as a useful medicine, while the other may be inactive or even harmful. Therefore, we must separate the optical isomers to make safe and effective drugs.
All right, let's dive into a really fascinating molecular mystery. It's a story that shows how the tiniest change in a molecule's shape, literally its mirror image, can be the difference between a life-saving medicine and a devastating poison. I know, it sounds like something straight out of a detective novel, doesn't it? How can one single medicine be both a cure and a poison? Well, to figure this out, we've got to go back a bit. So, back in the 1950s, a drug called thalidomide hit the market, and people thought it was a miracle. It was this safe, super effective sedative, and it was especially helpful for pregnant women dealing with morning sickness. Honestly, it seemed like the perfect fix. But, and this is a huge but, there was this hidden catastrophic problem. See, the drug they were selling wasn't just one molecule. It was a mix. One version was that helpful sedative, but its perfect mirror image, that one caused devastating birth defects. And that, right there, is the core of our mystery. Okay, so let's start digging into this tale of two molecules. We're gonna have to be like molecular detectives here, because the clue isn't in the chemical formula. Both molecules had the exact same atoms. Nope, the difference was all in their 3D shape. So, first things first, we need to get our heads around something called geometric isomers. Imagine a carbon-carbon double bond. Think of it like two boards nailed together. It's totally rigid, right? It can't spin around. And because it's so rigid, any other atoms attached to it are just locked in place. Now, this lock creates two different arrangements. In what we call a cis isomer, the important bits, the functional groups, are stuck on the same side of that rigid bond. But in a trans isomer, they're on opposite sides. See? Same atoms, but a completely different shape.
And this seemingly small difference in shape, it has huge consequences. When you've got these bulky groups all crowded together on one side in that cis form, the whole molecule is less stable. It's kind of stressed out. But in the trans form, they're spread out, relaxed, more stable. So shape completely dictates behavior. But for our big mystery, this is only part of the story.
To really crack the thalidomide case, we have to go another level deeper. We're talking about a much more subtle and honestly way more fascinating type of molecular difference. And here's the cool part. It's a property that exists all around us and even inside of us. Okay, do this with me right now. Hold up your hands in front of your face, your left hand and your right hand. They're perfect reflections of each other, right? Like looking in a mirror. Okay, now try to place one hand directly on top of the other, so palm is touching palm. See? It doesn't work. Your thumbs stick out on opposite sides, your fingers don't line up at all. They're what we call non-superimposable mirror images. And believe it or not, this exact same thing happens with molecules. This cool property has a name. It's called chirality, which actually comes from the Greek word for hand. So any molecule that has this handedness, a left-handed and a right-handed version, we call it a chiral molecule. So these mirror image twins are called enantiomers. Now, they share most of the same properties, but they have this one really weird quirk. They actually rotate light in opposite directions. But here's the part that is absolutely crucial for our mystery. They interact completely differently inside biological systems, like inside our bodies. All right, so how do we even spot one of these special chiral molecules? It might sound super complicated, but there's actually a pretty simple checklist you can use to find the source of this handedness. So here's what you do. You're looking for something called a chiral center. All it is a single carbon atom that's acting like a little hub, and it has to be connected to 4 completely different groups or atoms. If you can find a carbon atom that checks that box, boom, you found the source of the molecule's handedness. Okay, now we have all the pieces of the puzzle. We have all the clues. Let's get back to the scene of the crime and see how this all applies to the thalidomide tragedy. Remember how I said the drug was a mix? Well, that drug they were selling back in the 50s wasn't pure. It was what's called a racemic mixture, basically a perfect 50-50 cocktail of the left-handed and the right-handed versions. And while their opposite effects on light just canceled each other out, what they did to the human body, well, that was a whole other story. And here it is, the tragic difference. The R-thalidomide, that was the good guy. That was the sedative that worked. But its mirror image, the S-thalidomide, that was the one causing the birth defects. And in that 50-50 mix, patients were swallowing both of them at the exact same time. But hold on, because here's the final, just heartbreaking twist in this whole thing. You're probably thinking, okay, so why not just separate them? Just give people the safe one. Well, here's the problem. It turns out that once the safe R-thalidomide gets inside the human body, it rapidly starts converting into the harmful S-thalidomide. The body itself was turning the cure into the poison. Just think about that. It meant that even if you took a 100% pure dose of the good drug, it wasn't safe. Our own body chemistry would just start making the bad one anyway. It was a completely inescapable molecular trap. And the reason this matters so much is that our own bodies are built on chirality. Our enzymes, our DNA, they all have a specific handedness. The best way to think about it is like a key fitting into a lock. A left-handed drug might be the perfect key for a receptor in our body, but its right-handed twin, it might not fit at all. Or even worse, it might be the key that jams a totally different lock and causes a huge problem. Look, the thalidomide story was an unbelievably harsh lesson, but it completely revolutionized how we make medicines. It taught us that in the molecular world, shape isn't just some minor detail. Shape is everything. And it really makes you wonder, right? How many other incredible secrets are hidden right now in the simple mirror images of the molecules all around us?
In drugs, one optical isomer cures, but the other can harm. That's why chirality matters.